Canada is known for its cold winters, but many people don't realize just how extreme the weather can be. Let's take a closer look at what a Canadian winter really means. In some regions, temperatures can drop to minus 30 degrees Celsius, and with the wind chill, it can feel like minus 40 degrees Celsius or worse. Heating bills during the winter can skyrocket. For a small apartment, you might spend 200 to 300 Canadian dollars per month on electricity or gas just to stay warm. Add to that the cost of winter gear. High-quality coats, boots, gloves, and hats don't come cheap. And let's not forget about the darkness. In many parts of Canada, the sun doesn't rise until around 9 a.m. in the winter and sets by 4 p.m. The short daylight hours often lead to seasonal depression, and many people use special lamps that mimic sunlight to help cope. Housing costs in Canada are among the highest in the world, especially in major cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal. In Toronto, the average price for a single-family home is over 1 million Canadian dollars, and it's not much better in Vancouver. Even renting is becoming increasingly unaffordable. A small one-bedroom apartment in these cities can cost $2,000 or more per month, and that's before you factor in utilities, internet, and other expenses. For newcomers or young professionals, this often means having to share apartments or live in suburban areas far from the city center, adding long commutes to their daily routine. The housing crisis in Canada isn't limited to the big cities. Smaller towns and rural areas are also seeing rising prices as more people move out of urban centers in search of affordability. But even there, demand often outstrips supply, driving up costs. Then there's the question of mortgages. Even if you save up for years to afford a down payment, qualifying for a mortgage can be a tough process. Banks require excellent credit, and rising interest rates make homeownership even more expensive in the long run. If you think renting is the cheaper option, think again. Landlords can raise rents yearly, and rental agreements often come with additional costs like deposits and maintenance fees. On the flip side, homeowners face high property taxes and costly home insurance. One of Canada's most praised advantages is its free healthcare system. At first glance, it sounds perfect. No need to worry about insurance or massive medical bills. But in reality, things are far from simple. Yes, healthcare services in Canada are free for residents, but the wait to actually receive care can be incredibly long. For example, getting an appointment with a family doctor might take weeks, and seeing a specialist, like a cardiologist or orthopedic surgeon, can take months. In some cases, people wait over a year for surgeries. Many people move to Canada with hopes of a better future and a fulfilling career. However, the reality of the Canadian job market can be an unpleasant surprise, especially for immigrants. One of the first requirements job seekers face is the need for Canadian experience. Even if you have a prestigious education and years of experience in your home country, Canadian employers may see it as insufficient. This becomes a frustrating trap for immigrants. You can't get Canadian experience without a job, and you can't get a job without Canadian experience. Even for local residents, the job market isn't always stable. High competition for positions in major cities forces people to accept low-paying jobs or part-time work. Additionally, in industries like IT or finance, employers often look for highly specialized professionals, further narrowing the pool of available opportunities. Canada has a progressive tax system, which means the more you earn, the higher the percentage of your income goes to the government. For example, if you earn over $100,000 a year, you could be paying up to 30 to 35% in federal and provincial taxes. In some provinces like Quebec, this percentage is even higher. Imagine you earn $60,000 a year. After all the taxes are deducted, you'll end up with around $45,000, meaning a significant portion of your income is directed toward funding government programs. Tax revenue is used to fund free healthcare, public schools, infrastructure, social programs, and pensions. However, many people question whether the quality of these services matches the amount they pay. For example, long hospital wait times or the high cost of housing leave some wondering if the system is truly efficient. High taxes are the price of living in a country with a well-developed social safety net. For some, it's a fair trade for stability, while for others it can become a significant financial burden. Are you prepared to give up a large portion of your income to the government? For many immigrants, adapting to Canadian culture can be challenging. Canadians are polite and respectful, but they often maintain a certain distance. Building close friendships can be difficult, as social interactions here tend to be more formal and individualistic. Many newcomers notice that while Canadians might smile at you in a store or engage in friendly small talk at work, they rarely extend invitations to their homes or personal gatherings. Loneliness often becomes a significant issue, especially during the first few years in the country. Long and harsh winters exacerbate feelings of loneliness. People spend more time indoors and social activities decrease. For those coming from warmer climates, this can be a difficult adjustment. Even if you speak English or French well, local accents, slang, and cultural nuances can still make communication challenging. This often leads people to stay within their ethnic communities, which limits their integration into the broader society. Loneliness can lead to depression and stress, especially for those who have moved without their families. Social connections are often a key factor in successful adaptation, and the lack of them can significantly impact one's quality of life. Canada is renowned for its natural beauty: vast forests, majestic mountains, and pristine lakes. However, even this country faces significant environmental challenges that can affect the quality of life for its residents. Canada is particularly vulnerable to climate change. Winters have become less predictable, summers hotter, and natural disasters like wildfires and floods more frequent. In recent years, wildfires have burned thousands of hectares of land, significantly worsening air quality in several regions. Despite its vast freshwater resources, industrial activities and mining have polluted lakes and rivers. In some areas, water quality has deteriorated to the point where residents rely on filters or bottled water. Canadians generate some of the highest levels of waste per capita in the world. While recycling systems exist, they are not always effective. Many recyclable materials still end up in landfills or are exported abroad, creating additional environmental risks. Canada's economy heavily relies on the extraction of oil, gas, and minerals. However, these industries leave a significant environmental footprint, destroying natural landscapes and contributing to carbon emissions. Despite its breathtaking natural beauty, Canada faces environmental challenges that require serious efforts from both the government and society. If you're planning to move to this country, it's worth considering how these issues might impact your health and overall quality of life. Thank you for watching till the end. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. We'll continue to cover important topics you should know before deciding to relocate. See you in the next episode.